Hi all. I'm recording this video with the desire to bore you. I do it with a healthy intention, explain things all of you should have already in mind. Because only then I'll be sure that as an industry we're doing the right things to adapt to what I've called the new world digital order. If not, thanks for your attention in advance and sorry if I can seem alarmist or pessimistic. Although you already know, a pessimist is a well-informed realist. So, in order to achieve this ambitious goal, I'm going to focus on two essential points. Explain what is the new world digital order first, and why we can die if we don't transform ourselves as industry. There's only one past, there's only one present, but we all agree there are multiple possible futures. Today, we are all aware about the most visionary experts' predictions. We are all trying to see in our crystal ball. And we've got any kind of predictions. The most optimistic, who blindly relied on technological progress as the only chance for humanity's survival, or the most defeatist, prediction tensions arising from overpopulation, famine, climate change, or increasingly bad programs on TV. Companies like the Royal Dutch Shale Oil Company know very well the importance of looking to the future. For almost 50 years, these gentlemen have been generating futurist scenarios that help them make critical decisions in times of uncertainty to address problems related to energy and environment. This exercise has not only allowed them to anticipate the 70s oil crack, the communism fall or the 2008 crisis, but it has marked a future for them to fight for. Is the shale oil a group of paranoids? I don't think so. Even when people as smart as Steve Jobs thought that it was crucial to question the pillars of today's success and mentally prepare for your company's demise, even it's doing fantastically well now. Do you remember him? It's the same who said one day, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." The new global digital order. We can call it as we want. I personally prefer Jeremy Rifkin's Third Industrial Revolution concept. For this American sociologist who advises daily the world-leading leaders, these disruptive revolutions have been always based on three main drivers: the convergence of radical changes in communication, transportation, and energy. We are living the last one, where hyper-connectivity, fruit of IoT, electric cars, and renewable energies are performing the perfect storm. The old paradigm utilities in society overall we're used to is shifting dramatically, and that means a change in some basic concepts we all believe that have already learned. Let me mention just 5 as an example. Time, the necessary to decode the human genome, the raw data generation velocity, the Moore's law or number of operations made by a transistor in a second, the worldwide economic growth, the data storage capacity. What do all these facts have in common? They've got an exponential behavior. Today things go faster, so much that we don't see them coming. Technological or social innovation lend an explosive nature to those facts. This is a rising uncertainty about the future. And what about in medicine? We're teaching our sons we can get anything customized a few clicks away. I'm telling you because I have a teenager at home. Everything is now for him. Wait is no longer possible. Value. Consumers buy and recommend more and more taking into account their values and transferring them to companies. It's a so-called purpose economy. A growing part of society demands a brand commitment aligned with its values, rather than the tangible product or service value they buy. That makes it really complicated to create lasting value for the customer and for a company to capture. It's no longer enough to make products assuring quality. We must commit more with our customers' values. Benefit. Jeremy Rifkin speaks openly about the end of capitalism, a time when marginal production cost will be around zero, a time when society will collaborate before buy things, the global collaborative common. It will be the moment in which our current profit concept, so close to economic gains, gives way to environmental and social benefit. Complexity. We all have in mind a lot of things difficult to build or replicate. Much of those things are becoming simpler. Available technology makes possible things that were unimaginable until recently. Translating whole Wikipedia to another language almost with making mistakes in less than a blink. Complexity concept has changed for everyone, and for a geek like me, that's scary, because, let's face, we live in an inflated expectations bubble. People talk about many technological concepts they don't understand, just to pretend to be an expert and hope on the trendiness bandwagon. Experience. Probably the concept has changed the most in recent years. Now, we no longer design products or services, we design experiences. The user-centered methodologies used and their connection to agile paradigm have revolutionized the way we face our digital projects. I'm sure most of you are right now looking for the UX companies to buy or design professionals to hire. They're almost like unicorns today. If you got one, please keep it healthy. So the question is, are the utilities ready for this shift in the game rules? Modestly, I doubt it, and I'm working on one of them. I don't know why, but each time I think on Jurassic Parks come to my mind, because we are Diplodocus in a velociraptor's wall. Why do I say this? Because there are a few external and internal factors to our industry that make me think that way. Let me explain some of them. Competition. Do you know how many startups have emerged around banking? More than 10,000. We have just 2,000 around, but growing every day. Never before so many people have thrown themselves into the entrepreneurship and innovation pool. Anyone with a disruptive idea can take away a juicy cake piece. Okay, only a small number of the startups get it, but these ones buck the system. Please consider also the fact that those who invest in these startups are banks, trying to transform on investors with a lot of money eager to find the new unicorn. Beware of banks, they're the future tech companies. Individuality and self-sufficiency desire. Do you know the concept of self-sufficiency or shared economy? Surely yes. In this increasingly globalized world, there's a clear trend to do it yourself. People don't want to be dependent anymore on big corporations that control us and suck our data. People want to be able to have a voice, to decide in a globalized world. To get it, they don't hesitate to go to renewables or 3D printing. Transparency. Am I the only one who's tried to hear blockchain everywhere? The internet of value, they say. And it's true, it's really an attractive concept, because it has to be safe, immutable or distributed. A real distributed trust. For global collaborative common prosumers, that means avoid to work with opaque corporations and take care of their own data. Because times are changing. Time ago, information was handled by a few. Now information flows freely and makes us powerful as customers. However, there are many who are trying to control it using the famous informative bubbles or directly lying to us. Creativity. In 1990, NASA made an experiment among 1,600 children of different ages to look for creative genius, the future NASA engineers. They asked 10 appropriate to their age questions. If they were alright, they considered them genius. As you can see on a picture, the results were devastating. They arrived to a well-known circuit conclusion. Adults are less creative and need more tools than children. And nowadays, things haven't improved at all. In my opinion, there's a creativity and divergent thinking like to innovate in utilities. Well, in almost everywhere. Tradition. This is the key factor for me. The human being has many cognitive prejudices that predispose us to inaction. We know our comfort zone is difficult to leave. We all recognize phrases like, our industry is different, that's how the business works, or our customers will not accept this or that. And that's because we've got aversion to risk. Better to lower a small risk to zero than a larger profit assuming risk. Or because the sunk cost. It's easier to stop a 100,000 euros innovation project than any millionaire operative ongoing project. Or because validation by frequency effect. The more times you listen to a fact, even it's a lie, the more predisposed it's to validate it. At this point, I would like to concentrate in maybe one of the causes. The fat smoker syndrome. Sure, you're going to understand very quickly. Our utilities middle management wants things fast. They love short-term strategies, which is an incongruence itself. In the short term, it cannot be a strategy, but tactical. They want strategy, but they want short-run results. It's like the smoker who knows he has to quit, and he knows how to do it, but he doesn't have enough determination to do it. The next cigar pleasure is too strong. He can always leave it for later, until it's too late and damage is irreparable. At that point, technology, consulting gorgeous PowerPoints or other miraculous cures are no longer valid for middle management. It's too late. There are very creative people out there who are setting up agile and powerful companies. People who are investing in business models innovation, not in process or product innovation. Large corporations invest 90% of their budget in product and process innovation. Only 10% in lucky cases goes to business model innovation. There are many companies engaged with RPA, robotic process automation adoption. This is making shit faster. That will serve to extend the value of competitive advantage only for a few years. But new companies, usually created by geeks and designers like the ones you're seeing on the picture, have understood this is not the way. They are the ones playing with things like big data, a concept that I'll recommend you if you're wasting big amounts of money in big data without results. They will be those that we are going to find in 5 or 10 years at last, with disruptive value propositions closer to brand new digital consumer and totally oriented to the new digital world order. Summarizing, thousands of startups and technology companies eager to solve the utilities industry. A short and accelerated time. People who want to generate their own energy, their own resources. Consumers who want to decide based on brand values comparison. The end of capitalism and the arrival of global collaborative common. Technology and robots that can easily improve our non-creative processes, a tremendous lack of creativity in our organizations, and prejudices, many cognitive prejudices and fear of leaving the comfort zone. Everything I've explained can easily be perceived as threats. I prefer to see them as opportunities. That is why I'm playing with artificial intelligence, drones, sensors, field operators, customers, because we want to break the rules to be able to see further. The challenge before us, like the utilities industry, are huge. Resource scarcity, water wars. So let's be paranoid and start now to change the future. Thanks for your attention.